train suplex for anybody who gets that.
Oh, so good.
And you don't think that a whole train can be picked up, but I tell you what, you do it, you do that blitz, and he picks up the entire train.
Oh,
it disappears from view.
I forgot
comes
about
down
that.
upside down. Boom.
What's up? I'm Seth Grant.
I'm Rick Grant.
Welcome to Cue the Score. We're brothers, we're composers, and in this podcast we talk about music for movies and video games. You asked for it, so today we are once again diving into Final Fantasy. It's time for the boss battle tier list.
We are listening to the full song, so there was several comments that were worried that we were only listening to like 10 seconds of the song. So just so you know, we do listen to the entire songs, but we can't include the entire versions of the song in the YouTube video due to copyright reasons. So
Yeah.
And just a quick shout out. We got a lot of love in the comments and new subscribers, a lot of likes. So a lot of warm words. So we really appreciate that, helping grow the channel.
Super overwhelming. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. A lot of hate for number 8 though.
We got a lot of hate for our placement of 8.
Yes. Yes.
But we also appreciate that everybody included their opinions in the comments. So diverse in the opinions.
Yeah.
My favorite comments were the ones that differing opinions to ours, but they took the time to explain the reasons why they thought that.
Yeah.
Which we can be convinced on a new opinion. We're open to new opinions.
So you don't really have a whole lot of time to really dive deep and analyze some of these tracks. So we're just kind of listening to it once and then placing it where we think it's supposed to go. With that, let's get into it.
Cue the score.
Cue the score! Ah!
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm excited. I'm a little excited.
I am too. So Final Fantasy 1 and 2 didn't originally have boss battle themes, but in later releases, they did create new boss themes, and those are the ones that we're going to use today. Final Fantasy 1.
Number 1.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, starting off strong. Oh, this is going to be so hard. I mean, they're all so good. It's Final Fantasy. We have some amazing composers for this.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think they did a good job of, emulating the style. I think there's a little bit of use of the battle theme in there as well, just kind of like modulated a little bit.
Yeah.
But the DNA of like classic RPG battle theme, I don't think it's amazing necessarily.
This is definitely a very memorable track. When you hear it, it has a very strong motif. It's a track that can stick with you when you listen to it. It has that strong da 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 da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I like
Good
about
energy.
this track.
Yeah, good energy.
I think I'd put this one.
I think I'm in A for this one.
Yeah,
This one's not
that's what I was
too
thinking.
high for me. I think it's good.
Yeah. No, I like it. I think it's good. I think there's going to be definitely some other tracks that are going to be higher than this one. I think A is a good placement, I think.
Yeah, I think it might be a little less memorable for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's why I would put it in A myself. Okay, and this might change later.
Yeah. Number 2.
Number 2.
Hey, number 2.
Scrubs. In case anybody. Hey, number 2.
Hey, number 1. If there's any Scrub fans out there, comment below.
Final Fantasy 2.
Number 2. Let's do this.
Okay. This one's very different.
I was going to say that same thing. It's very different. It has kind of some funky things going on in there.
Kind of like a little bit of a Middle Eastern vibe. I pick
definitely.
Up. I definitely think the first part, as it's doing a good job of like putting you in a dungeon specifically.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily hear boss battle as much as I hear, oh, we're in a dungeon. So I definitely get that eerie, I'm in a dungeon crawling through kind of deal. I definitely like the second half better than the first half.
I agree. I think this one's less memorable than number one, in my opinion. There's not as a strong motif in this one than there is in number one.
Yeah, and I do love myself a good motif. Especially for Final Fantasy.
Yes.
You don't always when scoring, you don't always have to have a clear melody or motif, but for Final Fantasy, I think that's like, you gotta.
You have to. I mean, yeah, sometimes music is just atmospheric, and that's okay. It just depends on the project. But sometimes having those strong motifs that are recognizable, just sometimes makes that track so much better.
All right, where are we at?
So I think for me, I may put this in B.
I think B is good.
Yeah.
For that
one. This one was just a little funky for me. Number 3.
I like this one a lot.
I like this one a lot too. There's a lot of cool things going on here. A lot of nice color changes. The horns are really nice. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I really like. Very clear. That beginning da 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 da, like I'm going, and it has a lot of da 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 da. Yeah,
it does a great job of building excitement.
Yes,
as you're playing the game.
I like and I like that it has the different section, and like you said, the horn section comes in and takes the melody. Nice orchestration, or what's supposed to be a horn.
Very memorable for this one. Yeah, I think I'd place this one higher than number one. I may even go to S for this one.
Yeah, I'm somewhere AS, but I think I'm good for S.
All right, let's do it then.
Yeah, S it is.
Final answer.
S it is. 3 showing up this time.
That's right.
4. A lot of these are just called Battle 2.
Very creative naming conventions here.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
This one's cool. This one, we're definitely starting to get into more rock vibes, which is very prevalent through a lot of these from here on out.
Which, one thing that I really like, by the way, about that, for fantasy music, I'm generally not into just straight rock, but what Final Fantasy does really well is it does orchestral rock.
Yeah.
Which Nobuo Uematsu, of course, he's really into this prog rock kind of stuff, which I don't totally understand 100% exactly what that is. But from what I understand, like he has a great love for orchestral music and rock music.
Yeah.
And blending that together can create something really epic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And he does a great job of it. So yeah, this track is great. I like this one a lot. I mean,
And another thing that I really like is that later in the song, it does this detour thing,
mhm.
kind of like, it's kind of like giving you that, like, we've been on this journey for a while. The tone shifts to this more kind of like, I don't know, that I would maybe like kind of romanticized adventure
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
It's like da 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 da, and then it goes da 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 da.
That's one thing that's really cool about this piece is you have these real fast like rock drums. You know, just the drums are going, and then in the background you have these almost sweeping string sections that's a little bit slower, but it just meshes so well.
Yeah, and this does something that we'll later hear in 6, I believe, where it does that, like, it breaks from the battle theme slightly to give you that kind of sweeping adventure vibe.
Yeah.
Almost nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
And then it goes back. Yeah, I really like that a lot.
And here we start to see, you know, that prevalent battle theme bass start to form. Yes, that we hear in so many of these Final Fantasy worlds.
Yeah. This is like, so far, gives me the most classic Final Fantasy so far.
Yeah.
Even though the other ones are perhaps more classic. But
yeah. So with that said,
I mean, definitely, I think it's definitely got to be at least S, because I like this. Maybe slightly more than 3.
I may even put it in S plus. I don't know. S or S plus. I like this one a lot.
S or S plus. I like it a lot too. S or S plus.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really well orchestrated piece.
Yeah.
That moves and changes for storytelling.
It's exciting. It gets your adrenaline pumping.
It's even nostalgic in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go. Yeah. I think that the top of S.
You need the top of S?
I think top of S.
All right, we'll do that for now. We'll see.
I do. I mean, I like it a lot.
All right, I'll go for that. I'll go for that.
And I'll give you one guess for what the name of Final Fantasy V's boss battle is.
Boss Battle Theme 5?
No. Battle 2.
Battle 2!
Okay, that's interesting. Ooh, this is also good.
This was good. This was good.
Nice.
I don't know if I like it as good as much as the
4.
As much as 4, but I do like this one, and there's some very interesting things going on for sure. I know I say that a lot, but
I mean, they all have interesting
things going on. I mean, come on. But this one specifically, there's even a time signature change in there.
That's yes. It goes the middle in that da 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 da.
Yeah.
It goes from 8 to 7.
Yeah, which is just super odd to begin with.
So it does that twice. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes back to 8.
What's interesting about that is it's really effective of kind of taking you off guard too, and you're just like, whoa, what just happened? You know what I mean? Which can be really effective.
Yeah, actually, if you listen to a lot of battle themes in general in RPGs, it is a common technique to use odd time signatures because you just can't settle in to what you're expecting.
Yeah.
You know, so it puts you slightly off, which raises the tension a little.
Yeah, very
You're always
off-putting.
like, your heart is always like
It's like you're expecting
not
that
quite.
one more beat and it never comes and you're like, come on.
Yeah. Or if it's less than, then you're
Yeah,
expecting
yeah.
one more or one less, and you're just like,
I was like, oh, what's happening? This is weird.
yeah. So it raises the tension quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. Yeah, I also like 4 better.
Yeah. Do you like it better than number 3?
Don't ask me that. I think so.
You do like it better than number 3?
Oh my, I don't know. It's close. It's really close. I don't know that between 3 and 5, I don't know that there's much point in saying one's ahead of the other.
Yeah.
Which one do you like better?
Oh gosh.
I think 3 has more interesting things happening orchestrally, but I think 5 has a more memorable kind of not melody, but like the vibe for me seems like it's hitting battle, like boss battle. So again, I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah, that one's really
Between the
tough.
things
I
I-
mean, I would say orchestration wise, I think I like this one better than 3.
5.
I like 5 better than 3. But I do agree that I think 3 is more memorable.
And I was actually saying the opposite.
So, yeah, maybe those two are kind of interchangeable. That one's tough.
I'll give that one to you. All right. Again, these are like the same, so don't think that this one's better than that one or whatever.
Yeah. Number 6. Can we just put this one straight to S+?
Bro.
Oh,
Train suplex for anybody who gets that.
so good. So
Because
good.
Sabin can literally suplex a train.
Oh, man.
You don't think that you can do that, but it's because
Oh, you
Sabin.
can.
You can do this suplex where you're like, you pick up the character, you jump out of the screen with the enemy, and then you come back down upside down, and you knock them. And you don't think that a whole train can be picked up, but I tell you what, you do it. You do that blitz, and he picks up the entire train.
Oh my
It disappears from view.
I forgot
comes
about
down
that.
upside down. Boom. That's like a deep like Final Fantasy VI thing that like you say train suplex and you're
You're like, Oh, man.
fantastic. The rock orchestralness, the crazy like keyboard soloing.
Like the double time keyboard where it's just like oh, it's so good.
And sometimes you have like these like kind of arpeggios or whatever, these fast things going on, and like sometimes they don't create a melody, but this one does.
Yeah.
Like it
Oh,
goes into it.
yeah, this one has an amazing melody, amazing motif there that just sticks with you and this one's definitely one of those unforgettable tracks that is just amazing. And aside from that, this was, flashback to childhood.
Yeah.
Not to rate this one based on nostalgia, because it's an amazing track by itself. But I have so many memories that just kind of flood back when I hear this track, which is just so cool.
Yeah, if I'm rating it on music alone, then I would put it high as all the way to S+ as well. However, if I put my nostalgia into it as well, and Final Fantasy VI being my favorite game of all time, then I'd higher than S+, man. But that's nostalgia doing some work for sure.
Yeah, as nostalgia aside, I mean, I would still put this in S+.
Same.
Its track is so good. I absolutely
so much
love this
energy.
track.
It's called Decisive Battle, so it's like
We actually get a creative name in this one.
Yeah. Decisive Battle. This decides your fate is what I get from it.
Yeah.
It moves through, and the chords, like the string synth chords, that's kind of carrying the whole thing. Dun 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 dun. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some really cool layers in there. Yep.
Easy choice.
Awesome.
Easy choice.
Easy.
This one has a name as well. Fight on.
Fight on! Ryuken! Oh, wrong game.
Pause. Dang.
Woo!
The boy was unleashed on this one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this one's so good. This one, he really leans in hard on that prog rock style. We get that electric guitar sound in this one. We still have those drums hitting hard. There's
Got a bit of organ.
Yeah, there's some really cool organ runs in there and keyboard runs that are just really, really cool.
Yet there's such good color changes in this.
Yeah.
And color changing meaning that you're changing instruments as you're going. Like you can play one bit with this instrument and then play this next bit with this instrument. And it causes a color change.
Yeah.
Which obviously each instrument evokes a slightly different response from you. And the way that it interplays with all these instruments, it keeps you on edge. It keeps you entertained the whole time. Yeah. And the sections, they change and they change. It is an epic. When I say epic, I don't just mean how big it is, because you can have a big song, but baby. But epic to me is like the scope of what's happening.
Yeah.
Like it changes from piece to piece and it travels storytelling. And there's a point where you think it's gonna repeat, but there's this whole new section. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So good. And he does such a good job at creating layers in his music. You know what I mean? So you have this really fast drum and guitar layer, then you have these string layer, and then this organ layer that are all working differently but together to create this really cool piece.
Yeah, and it's very easy to just add more stuff, and it becomes very convoluted. Yeah. But if you do it correctly, obviously like he's doing, you have this cohesion where you're highlighting or listening to the most important things with these things supporting it, and then they trade off, and so you're never feeling, in my opinion, never feeling too overwhelmed with, oh, I'm not sure what to listen to.
Yeah. Everything just works together to create an amazing experience.
It's really good. What can I say? 6 and 7, just keep giving.
S plus,
as the kids say.
S plus, easy decision.
Yeah, I think I would. I think I still like 6.
Yeah, I agree. I'd put it behind 6.
Last time we put 7 in front, but this time I think I do like 6 better. I'm 6 better. Slightly. They're very different pieces.
They are very
They're
different. Very different.
Very different. So that, again, obviously is coming down to preference. I don't think one is better than the other in terms of, like, musically one is better. They're just very different pieces.
I agree.
Okay.
Hadouken! Oh, sorry, wrong game again.
You and the Street Fighter, man.
Oh, man. I can't help it. I'm traumatized from Heath.
Our oldest brother, Heath. There's 5 brothers altogether. I'm the youngest.
Oh, my gosh.
Seth's the second youngest. And Heath, the oldest, just would trash us. And I just don't like him anymore.
You just couldn't beat him.
It's becoming a common theme on this podcast, this memory that is not enjoyable. Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, prayers going out for ourselves. Force your way.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Man,
this is good. I think the more I listen to this one, the more I like it.
There's a lot to appreciate in this.
Yeah.
I think this is the one so far that has the most changes. Like it's like a song of bridges. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Where there are so many bridges, meaning like you can have part A of a song and then part B of a song, but right in between you have this little like transition.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is full of these like unexpected transitions, which for a boss battle is like keeping you slightly unsettled and like, another bridge. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And so many cool little keyboard runs, and it's exciting. It keeps you on your toes. It's constantly evolving and changing, like you were saying. So good. So good.
Yeah, I really like the keyboard aspect, kind of organ keyboard, kind of sound. It's making a very like heightened sound throughout the whole thing, and they really keep to that all the way through.
Yeah.
One very small thing that I just really appreciated, a lot of times when you're doing something a bit more intense, you'll notice that they get these pulsing boom, 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 boom in instruments. And like in the very beginning, they have this really cool, super high string synth that's going ring, 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 where you're like, stab, ring, ring. That's just when it gets that pulsing, doom, 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 doom. You feel like it makes your heart start matching it.
Yeah. Well, and on those chords too, it's the dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And then you have the keyboard in the bathroom. Just wailing. It's so exciting and definitely gets that adrenaline going. Oh.
And also such a good like just knowing what rhythm you're going to use, like with those chords that you said, they're not going bum, 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 bum. Like, they're not holding them out. They're doing them like staccato, bop.
Yeah, they're not sustained at all. It's just real quick, sharp, poignant stabs almost. Oh, I like this one a lot. I may put this in S+.
It is really good. I'm really appreciating it for its sense of change, but it's not so random. Like, even though it's like I said, it's like almost a song of bridges. It's not completely random. It has a through line.
Yeah.
It has a not a musical theme, but like has a theme that carries throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just seem like random stuff meshed together.
Right.
It's actually very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm either here or here.
Put
S
it in
plus
S
or
plus.
top of
That's where
S.
it goes in S plus. That's where it goes.
Okay.
Number 9. Battle 2. Battle 2? We're back to Battle 2.
We're back to Battle 2. But I think it's important to note that 9 was really a return to like classic Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is true or not, but the fact that they named the boss battle Battle 2 again, maybe that's like an homage to the originals. Whoever's on the drums, man. This has
It's
like
moving.
Yeah,
It's moving.
and it's not like doom, 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 doom. It's boom, 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 boom. It's like heavy drums in there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice melody. Yeah, good orchestration. Horns. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's a cool piece for sure. Lots of color changes, which keeps it flowing and interesting. Definitely has that feeling of danger in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one's definitely a little bit less heroic
Yeah.
as some of the other ones. Not as a bad thing at all. It definitely gets your adrenaline pumping. It gets you excited. It gets you going. It very much pulls you into the moment of what you're trying to accomplish. Very solid piece.
Yeah, like I feel like I totally agree with you with the like it's less heroic. There's more like moments of terror like oh crap. You know, like when it's going bum dun 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 for some reason.
And that part's interesting too because you're not moving up a whole step like a normal pleasant melody would do. You're only moving up like a half a step.
Yeah.
So it's like, and so then you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound good.
And I feel like even though you can't time what's happening in the battle to what's happening in the music because it's just looping, but for some reason I have it stuck in my head that whenever the enemy is pulling off like an ultra move where you have to wait for the move to finish and you're like, crap, this is going to almost one-shot me. I feel like it's always doing that part. That's what I remember whenever the boss is doing this ultimate move. It's like, bump, 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 banana. And I'm like, oh no. Elixir, quick. Get elixir ready. Yeah, and the last part with the wind instrument, the da-da-da-da-da-da, almost like you fell from the airship and you're trying to grasp at something.
Yeah.
I love that feeling that kind of like you have that very situational kind of terror happening. Like, I forgot to mention in 6, for example, like the battle theme / more the boss theme feels like you're always running. The whole game in general feels like you're running. And gives that sense of urgency. We gotta go. This, I also feel like we gotta get a hold on ourselves. Like you said, it's less heroic. It's more like we might not make it. So grasp a hold of something so we can make it through.
So let's take a look at our tier list here. Maybe an A.
I think A's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to listen to these all again, have fresher, to to really have my final, but that's not what this is about. I definitely like it better than 1. Yeah, top of A. I think that's a good placement.
Yeah.
A's good, man. A's good.
He's good. He's good.
We're pretty high
Like it. I like it.
currently. Didn't expect to have so much to say about 9.
I know, I didn't expect that either.
Enemy attack.
Enemy attack.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is very interesting. This one does a couple things that are really kind of cool. What I like about this one, you have these really fast moving drums, which is
The timpani,
very
man.
common. The timpani and those cymbals, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're just going on
It's definitely
this.
the engine of this piece.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So you have these fast moving drums, which is doing a good job at keeping the excitement up, keeping the adrenaline up. And then you have these long, drawn out strings and horn section that's like, that just make you feel that danger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And those chords, like, somehow they altered those sounds to be slightly, like, not perfectly pleasant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's like a
Yeah.
grit to it where you're like, ooh.
There's like there's a couple notes within those chords that just don't really fit together as well as you think they should.
Yeah, but it makes it so it's like you just look up at the tsunami about to hit you.
And you're like, oh,
Which
this isn't gonna be good.
Which I say that because, sin in the beginning, like sin comes as like this huge body of water. Big, obviously, a lot of water theme stuff in this game. But
Yeah.
I also think that this is the most. I really like the piece. It's not my favorite for a Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I think this would be great in a movie. There's not like a clear melody going. It's very atmospheric, just chords bringing you along. And I could
agree with
see
that,
some
yeah.
crazy chase, War of the Worlds, something.
Some crazy chick.
Chase. Some crazy chick, man.
She crazy.
Some crazy chase. That's just like boom, boom, dun, dun, something epic. Not for that purpose, not pulling too much attention to the melody and more highlighting, the actions that are happening. Yeah, this would be very suiting for me in a movie.
Yeah, very, very atmospheric, very cinematic. I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, it's not my.
I don't think I'd score it as high as 8.
Right.
I think I'd put it in A tier though.
Yeah, when you were saying like I don't know if I'm gonna score it as high as 8, I was like, oh, you're thinking
It's
that high?
A little higher than I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking I like the piece a lot, and you said you don't think you like it as much as 9.
Yeah.
So right in between here. 9, just such a solid piece, especially for Final Fantasy. Seems like a callback to the original format. 10, great piece, just more for a movie, really, in my opinion.
Thinking about that, that's an interesting thing that you said, that it's more.
I say interesting things.
It's it's definitely more cinematic, as far as a lot of these other things go. And Uematsu actually says something really interesting talking about modern game music. He actually suggests that one of the problems might be that directors and producers are satisfied with movie soundtrack like movies in games. He says, I think people need to have more freedom when creating game music. He kind of talks about how, if we keep using this Hollywood movie style music in games, it doesn't allow game music to develop further. Speaking to other composers, especially those who are either just starting out or trying to find who they are as a composer. He says, on the other hand, game music will become more interesting if composers consider what is something that only I can do and use their own knowledge and experience to be truly creative.
Yeah, that's definitely good advice.
So less kind of copying what's already been done and figuring out and experimenting and trying things and being curious can really develop something new and interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a great exercise to go emulate somebody else in order to gain skills and gain tools. But then once you have all those tools, what is it that you can do, unique with that? And if we're always trying to sound like somebody else, we're never really going to sound like them. It's going to be right. It's like them. It's like them. And we don't want it to be like them. We want it to be, oh, that piece was amazing. It was such an interesting concept. So you can use all those tools, but if you feel like you're trying to, then it usually has a little less than feeling, as opposed to this is just where my brain naturally goes, and let me chase that, see if it works. So Final Fantasy 11, first online one. There are, of course, multiple battle themes. We're kind of grabbing the most common battle theme. This is more like around the battlefield, not necessarily in a dungeon. So this is at least, not perfect for this list, but we're still including it. It's the most common battle theme, and not like a specialty battle, not a specialty boss.
Yeah.
So.
This one's very different. Very, very different than most all the other
Very
tracks.
out of place, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. As far as the Final Fantasy canon of music, it does feel very out of place.
It seems like it has the idea that, okay, something important's going on. We're having this boss battle. The
interesting thing about this one is it's much simpler than a lot of the other tracks, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. A lot of the other tracks are very complex. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of layers. And I feel like this one is extremely simple. You have that bass and those drums rolling, which is kind of the driving force of the piece. But then you have these like almost single instruments.
Like the brass?
Yeah, you have these simple instrument notes in the background that are just like, ba, 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 da, ba. You know what I mean? And it's just this one drawn out note rather than multiple instruments building that piece. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little odd. It's very, in a way, it's very thin. Like you said, you can have simple pieces, but even in a simple piece, for some reason, what you're doing with those instruments can be interesting, whether it's the tone or the texture of that instrument, or
Yeah.
the different, the melody you're doing with that instrument, dynamics.
Yeah.
But this is just seems very boom, boom, dum, da, dum. Like it's flat to me.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's not very interesting. So this is probably
Yeah.
the most
Probably my
negative.
least favorite.
Yeah, it's probably.
It's not very memorable. I do like how you said it feels very flat, and I agree with that.
I'm down at D.
Yeah, I'm okay with D.
212. Amazing title. Boss battle.
Boss battle. I actually like this one a lot.
Tell me why.
This one is very cinematic,
Yes.
but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to game music, we kind of talked about how sometimes cinematic music is possibly the wrong way to go for game music, but this one I think works really well. There's a lot of interesting things, and there's a couple parts in here I actually almost get a John Williams vibe.
I thought the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, we're in Star Wars, we're in Indiana
where
Jones.
Things just kind of run, and you're like, ooh, that's really interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah. I like this piece a lot as well because this is like, this seems to me to be the most adventurous piece so far.
Yes.
The adventure vibe. And it makes sense that we're getting a little shift here because I believe after 10, that's let us know in the comments again. But after 10, I believe that's when Nibble left or was only in a kind of consulting role or doing very little anyways. And so, now we're getting we're starting to get new composers. So this one is very obviously orchestral symphony style. The skills of writing for orchestra is definitely in here. But very classic orchestra.
I love this one. I like this one a lot. I think I would place this one fairly high. I mean, I would put this in S or S plus, honestly. That's how much I like this piece.
I would probably put it in A, so I'm happy with putting it in S.
No way! This track is amazing!
I mean, again, I think it's an amazing piece. It's not screaming Final Fantasy to me, but...
Okay, but what are we judging here? Is it a Final Fantasy piece, or are we judging the musicality of the piece?
I think there's got to be a balance between the two.
Well, true. But as the games have evolved, I don't know. I think
that's fair. The games do, you can't expect all of them to be Final Fantasy 1, right? People would complain. No, I think I'm pretty happy with it in... I could put it in S. You said S or S plus.
I think it deserves at least S. I think it deserves at least S.
At least S.
Nothing lower than that.
Okay. Well, I'm happy with S. I definitely wouldn't put it in S plus, but I'm happy with S.
I'll do S.
Okay. A little bit of a compromise there. Now you're making it seem like I don't like it. I love it.
You're trying to put it in A.
A's great. Even B's good. I mean, there aren't really bad pieces in here. D's,
That's
I don't
true.
know what.
Except for
Yeah.
maybe D.
But in the last video with the normal battles, I think even D was a good battle theme. This one we definitely got, I think, a dud. All right, and I'm assuming you want it top of S.
That's tough.
Well, you said
I'll let
you said
decide
S plus
where
or
it
S.
goes in S.
So it's got to be top of S then, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's so good.
It is really
So
really
good.
nice. Trust me, I'm aware that the song is fantastic. Let's put it this way. It's not an iconic Final Fantasy, whatever that means. I don't think it's an iconic Final Fantasy song.
I agree. I agree with. When it comes to Final Fantasy, it doesn't scream, this is a Final Fantasy song. But musically and compositionally, it is an amazing piece.
Yeah, perhaps one of the best, like, classic orchestral pieces so far. But that was the purpose. It seems like this composer's strength. So they went, this is what I do, this is what I'm gonna do, Okay, Final Fantasy 13, Saber's Edge. Ooh, man, dang. So
I'm conflicted with this one.
I'm not.
This one is such a good piece, but the keyboard part in there is just so weird to me.
You mean that kind of dissonant, kind of off key? In the beginning, right?
I mean, it's he does it quite a few times throughout the piece, but it's every time I hear it, I just I don't know.
Like it didn't mesh well.
I almost cringe when I hear it.
Interesting.
It doesn't make sense to me in this piece. It feels out of place.
I didn't notice it throughout. I noticed it more in the beginning. I felt the beginning was a bit more ambiguous on what was happening. It's more like, okay, where are we? Where are we at? Where are we at? And it had some like off key, kind of like a little jazzy, out of key kind of things. But
yeah, that's the part I'm talking about, and it just. I don't know why. That part irks me.
It was
it
was a choice to make it. I'm sure the intention is to make it like put you slightly off.
Yeah, for me, I could have done without that.
Interesting.
Other than that, I absolutely love this piece.
So it's just that one little aspect.
Yeah.
The thing that I love about this, I mean, this seems to me more like it's like a final boss theme because of how much it changes and how it goes through tension. It goes through, oh, we might not make it. It goes to heroic. It like goes through all the pieces, and it feels to me like we just might make it. We're at the point where it's like, oh, there's hope. And you look at your companions like, I think we can do this. I think we're going to pull this off. Which to the point where I feel like you're about to this is the part where you're about to kill the final boss and the credits are about to roll, man. It's very epic and sweeping. So much. I feel like this could be tailored to like very specific events that are happening throughout the fight. Taking you to that end goal. I mean, I wouldn't go S+, but I would go S. I like it an S.
S?
Yeah, I like it a
I
lot.
don't know. I was thinking like A.
Then I would go top of A.
Where in S were you thinking?
I could go last in maybe between 5 and 3.
I don't know. I'm so conflicted.
But
with
I could be. I mean, you're saying A, so I'm like, I guess I gotta go either end of S or beginning of A. That's all I'm willing to budge.
All right, I'll give it to you. I mean, like I said, I like the track as a whole. It is an amazing piece. Just that one part is a little too funky for me. But overall, I do really like this piece. You can put it in S. You think after 3?
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Okay, so heads up for this one. This one we are not including in the list because there's just, I mean, 11 was tough as it was because it's another online one. However, that boss battle we felt is the most common, so that was fine. In 14, there's just no unification in music. It just depends on where you are, and you'll get different music, which is amazing for 14. 14 is its own thing. Could do a whole, as people have said before, could be its own video just covering the entire world of Final Fantasy 14. So we're just gonna give a shout out to it and use one of the most popular themes here. I'm sure we'll get more comments of your favorites of 14, but the Ultima theme is pretty epic. And then we'll go over to part 2. Some epic stuff, man.
So good. Yeah.
Good grief.
This one's great. Absolutely great. This one's a little different because we have they introduced some choir in this one, which we haven't really heard before in any other of the tracks that we've listened to so far.
Yeah.
So a little bit of change there, which is really interesting, which choir can be very effective of either creating a sense of danger and darkness, and conversely, a sense of enlightenment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
choir
what I mean?
is really good at kind of elevating things to another level. I think that's really good. I really like how you go from the first one, which has some choir chants in it, but it's more like do, 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 do. And then the second part is just pull back, almost choir by itself. And you're okay, I'm sorry, I've stepped into the wrong layer.
My bad.
Which some of these Latin / Eorzean words going on here is heart of darkness, beneath Ultima, and shielding light retreateth. Crazy stuff. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Final Fantasy 14 because there's just a plethora of amazing stuff in there. 15.
And then
Ominous.
And then again.
Lacrima.
This one's I love this piece. I love
Just
this
so
piece.
you know.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy, especially in the later half of the series, like they really like using like Latin chanting choir and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we get that choir back in this
Ominous
one.
Lacrima, we're probably pronouncing that wrong. It translates to all the tears. And it's describing a master succumbing to endless sleep with his children, lighting a flame that cannot be extinguished, and the world divided by endless night and suffering, ultimately begging for the dawn to awaken him.
I don't know if you get much more epic than that.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy. What an intro, too. The intro to this piece.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, there's some really cool things that happen in this piece too. I absolutely love the piano that comes in at the second half of this. It is so good.
I think it's my favorite part.
So good. Oh, by far. It is absolutely rad. And then there's a section where you get a color shift where it totally changes, but there's if you notice the counting, it draws out a little bit longer for like a second, and then it switches
for that,
over.
Like coda.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're holding on, you're like, okay, now we change. Which is really cool and really effective.
So they really let the piece breathe a bit. I think the reason I like the piano so much is because in the context, all the tears, this seems like a very emotional. This seems to me so far, out of all the pieces, the most emotionally driven, the most like almost inner battle rather than physical battle for your soul type of deal. Again, you have to give me the context, but just because this is one of the games, I'm not super into the modern style Final Fantasies. I like more classic high fantasy, but I can't get over the music in this game. All the tears, it's just there's such an emotional part to it that as soon as the sweeping strings and the piano comes in, it's like the piano's just tugging at the heartstrings. Like, oh man, it's like screaming, like you're killing me emotionally. I don't think, of course, I don't think of this as like iconic. However, I think this is one of the best. This is up there.
Musicality, orchestration. I mean,
there wasn't really like. Let's look at it this way. Regardless of what it was made for, which we have to take into account. However, I there's like no missteps in this piece.
Yeah,
zero.
No, I agree. I mean, I'd be willing to put this in S or S plus.
I would either put it beginning of S or the end of S plus.
I could do that. End of S plus is good. It's
that good, man. Yeah, I think so. Then that takes us to the end. On the Shoulders of Giants.
Whoa. This piece is so good.
I don't know
too.
If any recency bias is creeping into me as well, but dude, I think in this later half of the series, one thing that I really like that I think seems to be more of a theme now is the more we get into this more modern music, the more emotional the stakes become. as opposed to
Yeah.
like, and it's not one is better than the other. It's just a style change that I think I noticed that's more common now. Before it was like dire, trouble, crap, heightened stuff going on. In these ones you have that, but
Yeah.
it's also like I think it's very rooted in story and emotion.
Yeah. No, this piece is so cool because you have those drums that just hit so hard that drive this piece forward. Boom, dum, 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 dum. It's just so cool. And then you have these the strings in the background are just so cool. They're just drawn out, and then they'll go from being drawn out to being real quick, and then it just I can't say enough. It's such
and
a cool
either the
piece.
trumpet or trombone kind of melody that it takes in the middle is just so strong. Such a connection with your hero when you're hearing that. Ugh.
Yeah, kind of going off of what you're saying, how this piece is so much more emotional than a lot of the other tracks, which I completely 100% agree with. It's interesting because you get a lot of different emotions in this piece. From going to that danger, that dire, this is going to be bad, to heroicism and hope, and it's like, okay, things are looking up, and you have that constant switch, and you're playing with this internal battle of like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think me personally, I think I like this one better than 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
High praise.
I mean, they're both.
I'm. That's not me
absolutely
saying
amazing.
I disagree. That I don't even know. They're just both so good.
Yeah.
I could definitely put it here, and I definitely have recency bias on it as well. If I'm looking at this S+ tier, I think I would just say that these three and these two are kind of like separate S tiers. If that
Which ones?
6, 7, and 8. Wow, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, and 8 in terms of like, these seem to be very iconic Final Fantasy sound. These ones are the modern Final Fantasy sound, where it's I mean, obviously going from whatever year Final Fantasy 1 came out to now, it's hard to compare these as apples and oranges because the style changes so much. I just view I just view these three as like the iconic S tiers and these as the modern S tiers, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that. That's a good way to put it, I think.
What a list.
Really interested to see what you guys think and how you guys would make this list. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree?
We got a lot of 8 lovers that gave us a lot of hate for the last one. So I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of another one that's gonna give us a lot of hate for this one. But we love it.
Yeah.
Let us know and tell us the reasons, because our minds could be changed if you have good arguments.
Yeah.
That's what makes this so much fun. And check out our other Final Fantasy stuff here or there.
Yeah.
We got covers, we got rescores, we got other podcasts.
If you like this stuff, give us a like, subscribe, really helps us out. And until next time, cue the score! Cue the score!
Cue the score. Put that on the end card. All of this. Put that on the end card. Cue the score.